Alright everyone, welcome back to some more semi-buff BTD 6, where now we are going to review the mermonkey and see how good it is semi-buff. So, as always, it's going to be base tower first, and then, working up to the 5th tiers, talking about cross paths, and all that kind of good stuff. So, here we go. First of all, starting with the base 000 mermonkey, we've got Spaced in Group Moabs around 40 to 48 for 400 bucks, so its efficiency is average, mostly average. It's like a pretty good, but mostly average. Okay, there we go. Now, for the first tier. For the top path, I guess in general, first 2 tiers still Spaced in Group Moabs, but the second tier does get a little bit further, all the way to around 50 instead of around 40, and it's still really cheap, so its efficiency is good. It's a very good efficiency. Third tier goes up to BFBs, fourth tier up to Bads and ZOMGs, same thing with the fifth tier. Fourth and fifth tiers is like Bads and ZOMGs, it's kind of all mixed in there, so pretty good. In terms of rounds, again, second tier to 50, third tier jumps to the late 70s, fourth tier to early 80s, and fifth tier just is solidly stuck on run 100, which is pretty good. Pretty good. In terms of pricing, it is a very cheap path overall, so it makes its efficiency at about 300 total, which is efficient. That's a very efficient power. That's good. That is good. For the middle path, here, let's speed this up even more. There we go. For the middle path, we've got, again, first couple of tiers, the first 2 tiers, there's just Moabs all over the place. Third tier starts to get into some group BFBs. Fourth tier to ZOMGs, and fifth tier well into the B80s. Like, it's got some scary good stuff going on. So, that is very, very promising. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? Fine. Here, just pop some lights, okay? There we go. Come on. You cannot have missed that. Alright, I'm gonna leak lives. I'm okay with that. I'll leak 25 lives. Damn it. There we go. Anyway, in terms of rounds, first tier didn't do so well. A little bit more lives before dying, but really not that much. Second tier is the same, just around 50s. Third tier doesn't really change that much. It's like one of those that actually don't have very much of a change in their power. It's still, early 50s. Fourth tier is like up to early 60s, so really low, unfortunately. But that is until we get to the 5th tier, because that dang Poseidon is insane. Okay, and when I say insane, I mean like not well over, but late hundreds. Not really 110, although 5052 gets to around 115, but well into the hundreds, and it's amazing. Like, freaking amazing. So, yeah. And it isn't very expensive, though, so its efficiency is much higher at almost 600, but considering that it's got to a super high round, usually those are less efficient, I'd say it's pretty good. Moving on to the bottom path, we've got, again, first and second tier Moabs, both third and fourth tiers just plain BFBs, and the 5th tier manages to get to Spaced ZOMGs, but still just Diced Group BFBs. Because clearly it lacks the power. It has plenty of stall, but it doesn't have that power. And that is also reflected in the rounds. So, first 2 tiers is pretty much the same thing as the base tier, really nothing that changes much. Third tier gets to late 50s, fourth tier early 60s, which really surprisingly enough is actually better than the middle path, so yeah, believe it or not, that's kind of how it is. And then the 5th tier gets to mid 70s to around 80, so not awful, but not great. And the other good thing about it is that it's very cheap. So, I mean, it's not as cheap as the top path by any means, but it is cheaper than the middle path, and because it got okay far, especially for its power level, its efficiency is about 460-ish. So it is better than the middle path if you look at just pure efficiency. Price per pop. Wow, that's a tanky golden balloon. Alright, terms of cross paths. For the top path, it seems like there's no very clear winner at all. Because like, the 520 did better against grouped balloons, bad 80 instead of just bads. But the 502 is $120 cheaper. So I would say the 502 wins, but just by the tiniest margin. Just by the tiniest margin. For the middle path, for the Popseidon, it is hands down obvious to go for the 052. More range, curve those ranks. Let's go into free play just a little bit. It's way better than the 250 in many ways. So definitely go for that. For the bottom cross path, the difference is almost negligible. It's kind of like the top path. Same things for popping balloons. The only difference is that the 250 is $150 cheaper. So just a wee bit more efficient. Just a wee bit more efficient than the 025. So 250 is your way to go. But if you're gonna have it be a support, then it's probably not gonna work so well to determine cross paths like that. All right, so that's about it. We're gonna let it go a little bit, but that's about it for the mermonkey. If you guys enjoyed, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this far, and I hope you all have a really good day. Sticking around for the Spike Factory, of course, because that's gonna be amazing. So, see you.